All right, it's 6:06. I'm going to call the special meeting of the Charter Revision Commission to order. Let the record note that we're still waiting on two members to join us. Mr. Burnham is going to join us via Zoom. Mr. Holden is going to join us in person. So I'm going to ask for a motion to recess the meeting until such time as those gentlemen are here.
I'll move that we adjourn recess the meeting until those members join us.
Second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're in recess at 6:06. All right, it's 6:16. I'm going to reconvene the meeting of the Charter Revision Commission. Our first item of business is the election of officers. You're to elect from your membership a chairperson and a vice chairperson, and if you deem appropriate, any other officers. But those are the two that we're going to ask you to put forward. I'll ask for a nomination.
I'll nominate Sarah Muska for chair.
Okay,
Second that.
motion has been made and seconded. Are there other nominations for chair? Are there other nominations for chair? I'd ask for a motion to close nominations.
Move nominations be closed.
I second it.
All in favor of closing nominations, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All in favor of Sarah Muska as chair of the Charter Revision Commission?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Madam Chairman. It's your rodeo.
Okay,
You need a vice chair still.
okay. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
Nominate Don Platt.
I second that.
There any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
Move nominations be closed.
Second.
All those in favor of nominations being closed? Say
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then we don't need a vote then because, okay, all those in favor of Don Platt as vice chair?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations too, sir.
Thank you. We don't need a secretary, do we?
If that's up to your discretion. I would think probably not.
Okay. Moving on the agenda to new business. Number 4, A is establish meeting dates. Is there a consensus from the group on how many days you'd like to meet a month or what days don't work for you? Or what your thoughts are on the frequency of meetings?
Let me ask this, what has been in the past? Any idea?
In the past Charter Revision Commission meeting, past Charter Revision Commissions have met either twice monthly or monthly, depending on the extent to which they're looking to overhaul the document.
Okay.
I would think you certainly want to meet at least monthly.
I would say because we're approaching holidays, let's start at least the one day a month, okay? And if we can revisit that, say in the first of the year, does that make sense?
Yeah, so in order to be in compliance with the law, you need to have filed with the town clerk what your regular meeting dates are going to be for this ensuing year by January 31st.
Yeah, because my opinion is that I would love to do 2 a month and not drag this out for a year and a half.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I just said,
But I agree with you.
Coming
During the
up-
holidays, you're right.
given you got Christmas.
Christmas,
Yeah, just,
right.
we get busy, we're all.
Yes.
So I agree with you, the 2 months, 2 meetings a month would be
Deal.
the ideal situation. But can we at least do, next month, just 1 meeting for next month and then January, go back to 2 months?
Yeah, you're establishing your regular dates. So whatever you all establish become if you want to say we'll meet once in March and 3 times in April and you file those, as long as
Okay.
everyone's
As long as
fine,
we file
those
it.
become regular meetings.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, couldn't we just schedule them bi-weekly and then
We can
cancel them around the?
Either.
Certainly could do that too.
Yes, you could do that.
What day of the week works best for everyone? Is there any conflict?
Personally, Mondays are good for me. I'm not sure the rest of the you know,
Depends on what Monday for
You
me.
guys have Warehouse Point Fire.
yeah, you got fire, so, yeah.
We do, but that's only the first Monday of the month. So the rest of our Mondays are free.
Okay.
So if we did this like on a second and
Second or
fourth,
fourth,
that would be,
does that work for?
I'm also looking at the town calendar. If you give me a second, that would be
Yes.
most efficient.
Yes, yes.
To do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You'll recall Sapo was pretty handy to have around.
yes. Or she's got a busy.
The second week, Monday, second week of Monday looks good.
Okay,
It's open. And Monday, the December seems to stretch.
Well, we would
The
probably
last-
cancel the 22nd because that's right near Christmas.
Right.
The 29th is open right now.
no, we
No,
wouldn't,
but
do that.
that would be the,
Mhm.
No, we wouldn't do that.
no.
It would be, like I said, first and if we did, or second and fourth.
Mhm.
Is there anything scheduled for the fourth Mondays?
Fourth Mondays is open.
Okay, so,
Okay, so would this room would be available then?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll make this room available I mean, between here and the small conference room that also has Zoom capabilities.
Okay,
For anything that's standing that would typically meet in here that doesn't require the video recording, we'd relocate them to someplace else. Like, I think it's the second Monday the DTC meets in here, but I'll just have them move to the community center and be done with it.
okay.
You guys should take priority over most things.
Okay.
Third and fourth week, they're open.
pardon?
Third and fourth week, Mondays.
Okay, so we would do the
Second.
second and fourth.
Oh,
Second
second,
and fourth.
Second, yeah.
or second Broadbrook Fire Commission.
They don't meet here.
Oh, okay, as long as, okay, that's it.
If you're not
Second and
recording
fourth
them.
weeks.
Okay, if you're not recording them, then.
And what time of the start of the meeting works for everyone? Personally, 6 o'clock is too early for me. I
Agreed.
would like 7 if possible.
That works for me.
Yeah.
7?
Seven works.
Okay. Okay, so we need a motion to,
Make a motion that we use the 7 o'clock start time on the meetings, moving forward on the meetings twice a month.
Second and fourth Monday.
you'll have to say second and fourth Monday and
Yes,
then.
yeah,
have your-
second and fourth, yes.
Okay,
I'll put it in motion, correct?
okay.
Thank you.
Then we need a second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next on the agenda, 4B is to review the charge of the commission. Has everyone had a chance to look at that? I know Austin and you just got your packet there. We'll take a moment to read it.
Before.
Yeah, so membership shall consist of 7 members, which were appointed by the Board of Selectmen.
Mhm.
And then at the first meeting, which we're here now, the commission already elected a chairperson and a vice chairperson. Do we need to decide?
It wouldn't be a bad idea to just have a motion to accept Robert's rules as your governing rules.
Okay.
I was gonna, yeah, you beat me to the punch on that, yes. Make a motion that we use Robert rules for all business at the meetings.
Second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and then scope of the charge, the commission is charged with conducting a comprehensive review of the town charter and recommending any changes, additions, or deletions it deems appropriate. Commission's work shall include, but not be limited to, evaluation of the budget process, including timelines, approvals, and referendum requirements. Review of charter established boards and commissions, including their composition, authority, and effectiveness. Nothing in this charge shall be construed to limit the commission from considering other sections of the charter or proposing broader revisions. Timeframe, the commission shall have the maximum period allowed by law, currently 16 months from the date of appointment, to complete its work and submit its draft report and propose revisions to the Board of Selectmen. And reports, the commission shall hold public hearings as required by state statute and may hold additional hearings as it deems necessary to solicit community input. Upon completion, the commission shall submit its proposed revisions and report to the Board of Selectmen, which shall proceed in accordance with the Connecticut General Statute 7-191. Are there any questions or any discussion?
It's the requirement of holding public hearings. Let's see.
You have to have two public hearings. The first one before you commence any substantive work on the document.
That's what I figured.
And then at least one more at the conclusion of your work, but before submission to us.
And how much lead time does the board need upon submission for findings?
There's a whole process that's laid out if you turn further into your packet. It's a flow chart, and it lays that,
Do that, yeah.
it lays that whole thing out. We have 15 days after you submit a final report.
Right, okay, and then 45 days of submission, okay, for the final, gotcha, see it.
You do have to follow notice proceedings, though, for things like your public hearing. So you need to provide, I think it's 5 days' notice for a public hearing. So for example, if you wanted to have a public hearing on this Friday, you may not do that. But you can do it next Tuesday. The first date that the publication lists in the newspaper is day 1, and the day of the hearing can count as one of the 5. So really you need 6 days because the paper doesn't publish for a day after it goes in. So you really need 6 days to get it.
Is that 6 calendar days or just 6 days?
6 calendar days.
Gotcha.
Basically, we need to hold that first public hearing.
You could look to the if you're going to hold your December meeting, you could look to that meeting as your public hearing date. Conduct your hearing and then take it from there.
Okay.
That one was.
So that was December 8th, I believe.
8th, yep.
How does everybody feel about doing that?
I think that makes the most
That
sense.
makes most sense because we
Okay.
can't do a whole heck of a lot until we do that.
Scannick Road.
Yeah,
That's a weird way to go to get to Scannick Road, though.
yeah.
I don't have that one.
So would we have to notice the public hearing like before our regular meeting, or could we, like, would we need to hold this at 6:30 and do our regular meeting immediately following, or can we adjourn our regular meeting to the public hearing, or?
You could do it any number of ways, as long as you can run a public hearing and a meeting concurrently, as the Board of Selectmen has done.
Yes,
So what you would do in that case, if you wanted to hold your public hearing at 7 o'clock on the 8th, it would convene the Charter Revision Commission, recess the Charter Revision Commission, convene and conduct the public hearing, close the public hearing and reconvene the,
The regular meeting.
if you even needed to meet,
Right.
to have a business meeting associated with that. It could just be that you hold your public hearing and
Okay.
that's what your work is for that night. It's up to you guys, where you go from there. I'm gonna try and be as advisory to you as I can, but also keep in mind that this is, I don't want a role in your decision. I just want to
Right.
help you get through the process. So
appreciate it.
I'm gonna get a shot at the decision-making thing far later in the process.
Right,
I just want to help you guys with the process to get things going.
okay.
Yeah, so I move that we hold the public hearing on December 8th, 7 PM. And then we'll conduct our regular meeting if need be after that.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. And then under new business C, review the statute governing revision process. I believe we started looking at that. Are there any questions on that part? Page 4C and the flow chart and everything.
You guys are at step 3, if that's what you're looking at.
Great.
Mhm. No, I don't.
Are you going to get a copy of the present charter?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have I think I have that in Word too, which will be helpful.
I don't have copies.
Any questions or comments?
I'm good.
Good.
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Right, so then we would next move on to public participation.
Yes.
So as a member of the public, I just want to thank all of you, the 5 of you who are here and the 2 who are absent for stepping forward, or rather agreeing to step forward in some cases. This is an important piece of work. This is an opportunity that the town has to go through every 5 years to review our governing document and see if there are things that can be done better, things that are antiquated, things that, that would, I'm going to say things that we can improve upon again. I can tell you that I'm sure this process is going to be criticized, whatever you do, and that you guys are still willing to take this on and hopefully give it some constructive thought. And whatever conclusions you come to, I'm appreciative of the work that you all are doing. So just at the outset, before Facebook starts to Facebook, I just want to thank you all for your willingness to help out with this. It was important to me that we got really good people who are going to bring different strengths and an open mind to the process. And I'm very excited about the composition of you all.
I know in the past, there were, I believe, recommendations set forth by the Board of Selectmen. Is that process going to happen again?
We did that in the charge. There are 2 things that we pointed out in the charge. The first is to evaluate the budget process, including timelines, approvals, and referendum requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is to review charter established boards and commissions, including their composition, authority, and effectiveness. You have been specifically tasked with looking at those things. You are required, you are not required to limit yourselves to only those things. The document is open.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you all think ought to be considered, that's within your purview to do. Those were the things that the Board of Selectmen at that time thought to include as focal points. I would offer one more thing that I think is important, and it's in Article 10, and it has to do with state or federal grants. There is one word in there that I think is really prohibitive to the town fully capitalizing on the availability of government funding from someplace else. We are supposed to have, I can't remember if it's either a public hearing or a town meeting, one or the other, to apply for state grants. That word apply, I think, really ought to be accept state grants. Because some of the deadlines that come up when funding becomes available is too short of a time to go through the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Finance and notice a town meeting and then conduct the town meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You miss the window. And so we're
I've
missing
seen
the
that,
opportunity to realize some of those monies from away.
Okay.
I think that's probably a typo, that accomplishes exactly the same thing, except it allows us to avail ourselves of those funding opportunities.
And then did these recommendations from the Board of Selectmen come from your current board?
No, from the last one.
The last board, okay.
But the current board, so here's the kind of one of the upshots about the timing, upsides of the timing. The current board, the previous board sat this commission with the charge. The current board will review the work of this commission, which actually really serves as a second check and balance, if you will.
Yeah.
The composition is, as you guys know, relatively different from what it was just a month ago. So I think that provides a nice balance, is to say this board thought that these two items were the things that we were really concerned about. It gives the new board an opportunity to say, yeah, we agree with that, or no, we don't. That's just how I was looking.
I mean, they can also participate in public participation as well, so.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was having a conversation with a colleague of mine, and so I wanted to ask you, is there a way we could use CCM for obtaining data on other towns?
I'm glad you asked me that question, because it spurned something that I had
Okay.
intended to say of similar to that. Yeah, so I can make any request that you all want through CCM, and they have a pretty robust research component. They can generally turn around research requests in about a week, sometimes faster than that. They're pretty good at it. But you should also consider all of the resources of the town to be at your disposal. So if you want to meet with the town attorney, that's something that Sarah can facilitate. If you want to talk with specific or general department heads, they're at your disposal to ask them to come into a meeting or provide comment on something that you all may be thinking about. You're a town agency now, and if there's something that you need for support, we're here to support that.
Is there a budget component tied to this board and like use of CCM? Is there any cost to that? Anything?
CCM, the town's membership dues cover all of our engagement with CCM, the government advocacy, the research, the procurement, all of that is covered in the town's general membership with CCM. So you're welcome to avail yourselves of that. Any questions you have, they will make sure that I know about your questions, and that's just because I'm the agent of the town. I'm not going to preclude you from asking whatever questions you want to ask, but they will make sure that I'm aware of it all, or they may not process it without it coming through my email address. That's just how they do it, though. That's not a me rule. That's a them rule.
Any other public comment from in the room?
I like the idea, though, about the town attorney to be at a meeting, moving forward, because that's, that's where the rubber hits the road, so to speak. So, I think that's important. And then using the other, avenues of the town, whatever department that we feel a need to also is very important.
You should also feel free to engage with board and commission chairs.
Sure.
I mean, they aren't day to day, but they may have a particular opinion or concern that ought to be considered.
Sure.
Anyone online that wanted to have any public comment?
Hi, Sarah, Noreen Farmer, 247 South Water Street. I actually just wanted to thank you all for stepping up to do this, because it's very important to the town. It's what guides us, and as Jason said, there's going to be a host of people who are either happy or unhappy, and just know that there are people in town, me being one of them, that no matter what you come to a decision on, I trust that you did it in the best interest and in your best capacity, and I appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So our next item would be adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn at 6:40.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. We are adjourned at 6:40 PM.